Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, September 7th, 8:39 a.m. here on Mars, also known as the Arizona Desert. Okay, it is a glorious day in the market. I picked up just now a great trade. I think Sol is in play. It's going to do it's bouncing right now. Also, that's versus USDT. Also, Sol versus BTC is looking good. So I went in there and hardcore just did a crazy ass market buy of a zero point 0.1 Bitcoin into Sol, already up 2% in the last few minutes. So, Sol, definitely a player. It ain't taking this crap laying down. So, BitcoinLevy.com has always got more for you there. Looking at the market, yeah, a bit of a red day in the market, except for Sol that is not taking this bullshit. I hope you guys are getting in. Not financial advice, just pointing that out. Sol is definitely one to watch. It's recovering very quickly from this dump. Now, let's look at volume last 24 hours on Binance. Now, with the crazy volatility right now, some of this is not quite as meaningful, but do check this out. Binance 48%. I'm sorry, Binance 48 billion in volume last 24 hours, and it's up 56%. As you can see here on the graph, we are definitely pumping right now recently. So I like to see above 50, or at least really about even 30 is pretty good, but definitely above 50 is great spot trading volume on Binance, and so we are getting there. So the volume is definitely cranking up last 24 hours. I like to see above 70 billion in derivatives, basically futures on Binance. Yeah, like I say, I like to see 70 billion, and look, we're up at 129 billion, up 56%. That is just insane. So anyway, we definitely have good volume today, even with this extreme volatility. Let's refresh this. Let's look at Bitcoin volume last 24 hours explicitly. 6 billion. That's awesome. We need 3 billion to basically have the network turned on. We're at 6 billion. That is not bad at all. We are definitely in a place where we can make some money, well, and lose it, obviously, as you noticed this morning. Binance, 3.3 billion last 24 hours in volume. That is awesome. Coinbase, over a billion. I always like seeing that. And other major exchanges, not looking bad, doing a bit more volume than usual. Looking at longs versus shorts sentiment. Let's look at Binance, 52% long, 47% shorts. I'm going to call that fairly indecisive right now. Looking at Ethereum, 65% longs, 34% shorts. Definitely a long sentiment for Ethereum. Okay, I know this looks bad, everybody. You might be looking at the world, looking at the news, looking at Bitcoin. It's all bullshit. Things are looking great. Don't buy any of the negative crap you might be seeing from, like, retards like Tone Vase and other clickbait morons. This is a good thing. I mean, people are taking profits. This is probably some big whale moves. We'll figure out the details later, but who cares? It's good. You shouldn't be negative from this, okay? If you're in the red right now, just hang out. You'll be back in the green by the end of the day. If you got money to play with right now, good time to make moves. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but I'm digging what I'm seeing. All right. So Bitcoin versus USDT. Now, one thing that does kind of suck is we have broken negative on the daily MACD. That kind of sucks. It creates a lot of dump pressure for Bitcoin. So we're on the wrong side of the daily MACD. Let's see how that goes throughout the day. I think we're going to see some serious upwards movement after this dump because, well, we just are. So anyway, we have the 200 moving average here on the daily. We definitely wicked below it, but the body of the candle has not gone there. So we're seeing kind of a hard 200 moving average bounce. That's great. We never went below the 314, and it does appear that things are turning back up. Let's look at the same chart here on the 2 hour. I want to see the, that's pretty rough, isn't it? 2 hour MACD is definitely in the potty. Watch for that 2 hour MACD tangent to turn up, and I think that's when we're definitely going to see the daily probably follow that. I wonder on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour chart, did we get? Yeah, we did. On the 4 hour chart, check this out. I love the 20 moving average, and I love the 314 moving average. Here, the body of the wick. I'm sorry, the body of the 4 hour candle, bam, it bounced off the 200 moving average, and then the wick, look at that, it bounced off the 314 moving average. So really, this is very, very natural. This is just BTC taking a hard dump. Big deal. Look, people are eventually going to start rolling out some profits on the way up, and Bitcoin has been sideways. To me, it seems like we'll find out the details, like I say. But some big players definitely were taking some profits. There were some big, sell walls out there, and they got hit. Now, this is a 45-minute chart, okay? And I corrected it for the all-time high we had, well, the recent high we had last night. And if you look, um, this would have been the base right here where I started it. Okay, I started the fib here, and then of course, that the high was here. And if we look, that I started it back on It would have been around end of August, August 31st or so. So anyway, this fib line has lined up and worked really, really well recently. And one of the things that I realized was, as you do the fib up to here, it also creates the fib downwards. And look at that, we had almost a perfect bounce off the 1.618. So in a sense, this is all lining up very, very good. I like it. We're already returning to, if you just look at this, you know, it's good to go. We're below the 786. I don't like seeing that, but I imagine, look at that, we actually wicked up to the 618 fib line. So in a sense, to me, it's like we are recovering pretty darn well. Big dump, but we're recovering well. This is not like a big time go potty dump. It's not a big deal. Looking at the squeeze indicator, which is a big one. I think this is a very good one. Looks like we're at about the end of the downward squeeze. There's definitely some downwards velocity there. The directional index is definitely still in the red, but it is beginning to turn positive. The KRI, as we can see right here, it's not free falling down. The tangent has just turned back up here in the 45-minute chart. Looking at the stochastic RSI, we're definitely back here in the buy zone. We'll probably see that tangent begin to turn up again. And the lazy bear oscillator, very, very good indicator, definitely down here in the potty zone, and I imagine it's about to turn up too. So I think we've lost the velocity of this dump, so now it's time to make money. All right. Looking at Ethereum versus USDT, it was just a dreadful dump. It went below the 200 moving average, went below the 314 moving average. It did a nice, deep, crazy-ass wick down there. It's beginning to turn around. Its indicators look actually a lot like Bitcoin's. As a matter of fact, I would say it's actually getting ready to turn up a little bit faster than Bitcoin's gonna. So Ethereum versus USDT, it has that lazy bear indicator. Yeah, tangent's beginning to turn up here in the lazy bear oscillator. Anyway, if well, not financial advice, management purposes only, of course, but if I had some USDT or some USDC laying around or some USD, I'd probably be over there dumping it in some ETH because it will probably pull up harder than Bitcoin now. Something that's definitely pulling up really nice and powerfully is Solaris, or Sol as I call it, Solana. I call it Solaris because I used to be a Unix dude and I worked with Solaris Sun Systems quite a lot. So anyway, Solana. Check it out. It never really went below the 200 moving average. It made a wick below the 200 moving average, and it bounced perfectly off the 314 moving average of that wick, and it is recovering hard. Indicators are turning back up. In fact, they never dumped that hard, really. So Sol versus USDT, you know, this, if you were paying attention a little bit earlier, I mean, this was the buy time to catch. Imagine if you'd caught that wick at the 200 moving average, boom, because Sol is definitely going places. It's not going to back down. It's got way, way, way crazy amounts of velocity behind it right now. Now, Sol versus BTC, check that out. Is that not glorious? So it dumped. It never even dumped the 200 moving average. Not even that far of a wick. This is just a beautiful little dip there. Indicators are in general pretty strong. The stochastic RSI has found the bottom. If I can get it to maximize here, and it's already rocketing back up. Definitely solid. Does not have time for this Bitcoin to, oh, look at that. So our tangent's already up there. KRI is, after a quick dip in the red, the KRI is already back in the green. Great indicator. It predates the RSI. Use the KRI indicator if you so desire, and set it for, let's see, set it for inputs 20, and you'll be glad you did. Okay, good stuff. When it's green, it's good. When it's red, it ain't. Directional index never even dumped that hard. There wasn't that much velocity. ADX is still above 25. This thing will be back on the green in no time with that directional index. This is good looking stuff. Look at that. This thing is just pumping. And when I saw that dump this morning, I usually don't like sharing my trades, but I just thought I would. I went rocketing over to Coinbase and I picked this sucker up, and actually when I bought it, the market buy just sucked. It put me down 6% negative when I bought it, and I was like, damn it, but of course I'm already up 3, so beautiful. Quick 123 bucks to make this morning. I had that set for a 10% beginning trailing take profit of 5, so -5, so boom, good day for me today. Be positive. This is a good thing. This dump is just what it is, and something I like seeing in the trading groups that I'm in, and a Telegram chat over Bitcoin, or the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat, and other stuff I'm on Discord. I'm connected to a lot of different chat groups and such, and trading groups, and something I like seeing today that I have not seen really until recently is no one cares about this dip. People are like, well, either okay, I'll be back in profit soon, or they're making plays, whatever. But I'm not seeing any of this stuff. People are getting freaked out by the bullshit. Nobody cares. Everyone's just still in the game. They're positive, whether they're in the red or the green. It's a good day. So I like seeing this rally that we're having in crypto right now. It's a beautiful thing. I hope you're making some money. If you're not, well, stay in the game. Anyway, remember, Bitcoin truth seekers, this is the first peaceful revolution that is global. And for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit banker, say it with me, cries. Take care.